Self-reflection. Self-reflection sounds simple, but if we're honest, it's one of the hardest things to do well. Because it's easy to think about what happened. It's much harder to look at yourself and ask how you actually showed up in it. And that's where the shift happens. What it is? Self-reflection is the willingness to see yourself clearly, not just your intentions, but your actions. Not just what you meant, but what you created. It's taking a real look at the decisions you make, the patterns you repeat, how you respond under pressure, the impact you leave on others, and choosing to see it without softening it or explaining it away. Self-reflection isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about being honest enough to take ownership. What it is not. Self-reflection is not overthinking. It's not replaying situations and staying stuck in them. It's not self-criticism or picking yourself apart. Because if nothing changes after you reflect, then you didn't reflect. You just revisited. Why it's needed? Self-reflection is what allows you to lead intentionally instead of reactively. Without it, you rely on intention instead of awareness. You misread your impact. You make decisions without understanding your patterns. And over time, that shows up everywhere. In your leadership, in your relationships, and in your results. Self-reflection is what closes the gap between what you say you want and how you actually show up. The benefits? When you reflect honestly, things shift. You make clearer, faster decisions. You reduce repeated mistakes. You lead with consistency that others can trust. You stop second-guessing yourself. You respond with intention instead of reacting by default. Self-reflection doesn't just build awareness. It builds alignment, and alignment drives results. Why it's avoided? Because it requires real accountability. The kind that doesn't let you stay comfortable. It asks you to see where you contributed, where you avoided, where you held back, where you knew better but didn't act. And that's not easy to sit with. So most people stay at the surface. They analyze situations, but avoid examining themselves. The cost of not reflecting? When you don't reflect, you don't just stay the same. You repeat the same patterns, the same reactions, the same outcomes. And eventually, you start questioning why nothing is changing. But nothing is changing because nothing is being examined. Liberation, choosing to be honest with yourself. Self-reflection begins with a choice to stop protecting the version of yourself that's keeping you stuck. Liberation is when you pause and ask, what is actually true here about me? Not what's easy, not what sounds better, what's true. Visibility, seeing your patterns clearly. When you allow yourself to see clearly, patterns start to stand out. You begin to notice how you respond when things get hard, where you default instead of deciding, what you keep repeating without realizing it. Your patterns don't lie, even when your intentions do. There's no need to judge it. Just see it. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Transformation. Choosing differently. Awareness is not the goal. Change is. Self-reflection only matters if it leads to something different, a different response, a different decision, a different standard, and it won't feel comfortable. That's the point, because growth doesn't come from seeing, it comes from choosing differently. Integration, the reality. If you don't create space to be honest, you'll stay defensive. If you don't see your patterns, you'll keep repeating them. And if you don't choose differently, nothing will actually change. Self-reflection isn't about looking back. It's about deciding who you're going to be moving forward. Closing reflection. Where am I avoiding being honest with myself? What patterns keep showing up that I haven't fully addressed? What do I actually see that I haven't acted on yet? Final truth. Self-reflection isn't about getting it right. It's about getting real so you can lead differently. Because the moment you're honest with yourself, it's the moment everything can change.